Hello and welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're looking at something pretty unique. Imagine classic Gothic horror, dark castles, ancient evils. But it's all playing out through text messages, emails, even browser histories. Like, what if Dracula happened over your phone?
That's basically it, yeah. These sources give us this incredibly immediate sort of first-hand view. It's all pieced together from personal messages, digital trails.
It's fascinating.
It really is. It shows how these, timeless fears can pop up in our super tech-heavy world. Even our DMs aren't safe, apparently.
So our mission today is to kind of unravel this mystery. We'll track these increasingly weird and frankly terrifying events through the eyes of the people involved.
Right, seeing how their digital lives recorded it all, and maybe surprisingly how they use tech to fight back.
Yeah, exactly. Get ready for some pretty striking connections to emerge.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's dive in. Where does it all begin?
Well, it kicks off with Jonathan Harker. He's a summer intern.
Right, the intern.
And he gets this, last-minute assignment, Bucharest, Romania. He's filling in for another colleague, Renfield Jr.
Ah, Renfield Jr., the one who's been acting strangely.
Strangely is putting it mildly. The first hint Jonathan gets is an email about the trip. Pretty standard stuff.
Okay.
But then he texts his girlfriend, Mina. And that's where it gets really disturbing.
What does it say?
He says Renfield Jr. was hauled past him screaming, and wait for it, actually bit the head off a little gray mouse he caught in the cafeteria.
Whoa, okay. In the cafeteria, that's not your average workplace incident.
Not at all. And getting that in a text,
Right.
the contrast between the official work email from Tapes Travel and this raw, horrifying text, it just sets this really unsettling modern tone right away.
Yeah, it shows how quickly something truly bizarre can just be labeled erratic in our casual digital chats.
Exactly.
So Jonathan goes to Romania, ends up in this old stone castle, right? The Count's place.
And the descriptions he sends back, mostly in emails to Mina, they're this weird mix of classic Gothic horror and just observations.
Like what?
He says the Count is pale as a bone, thin and wrinkly, like tracing paper that was rolled into a ball and then smoothed out. Speaks in this really old-fashioned way, good sir, and all that.
And the wine thing.
Oh, yeah. Apparently says, I never drink wine. Which, bit of a flag.
A bit, yeah. But what's really striking is this modern, almost bureaucratic side the Count shows, right? The boxes.
Exactly. That's key. He's insistent on shipping these 3 massive ebony boxes filled with dirt to Manhattan.
Dirt, okay.
His explanation. He wants to grow something that won't flourish in foreign soil, which sounds thin.
Very thin, especially when you find out through an email, I think, that Renfield Jr. helped him ship them, avoid customs.
Right. Mixed in with his own household goods. That digital paper trail, it's easy to miss, but it screams manipulation.
Yeah.
Using modern logistics to hide something deeply unnatural.
Okay, so while Jonathan's stuck in this creepy castle dealing with dirt boxes,
Yeah.
what's happening back in New York with Renfield Jr.?
Things are getting much, much weirder there, too. Mina's emails and texts paint a really grim picture.
She visits him.
Yeah, she visits him, finds him terribly ill, lost 20 pounds, skin's gone yellowish.
Oh, wow.
And he's developed this obsession. She tells Jonathan in an email he's talking about consuming life forces, asking for live meat kittens, birds, spiders, flies.
Asking Mina for flies.
Yeah. It's deeply disturbing, and his ramblings start to get weirder, more specific. He talks about the master.
The master.
And claims Jonathan stole him, meaning a kitten Renfield wanted. It suggests this. Connection may be supernatural to whatever's happening with the Count.
And this is all coming through Mina's emails and texts, just raw distress signals.
Totally unfiltered. It really makes you think about, where the line is between mental illness and something else, especially when it's documented so casually online.
And it escalates, right? He attacks Mina.
He does. She actually has to use a jiu-jitsu wrist lock on him to get away.
Yeah.
But the encounter with Lucy Weston, Mina's friend, that's even more unsettling.
How do we learn about that?
Through Abe Van Helsing. He's Lucy's new boyfriend. He emails Mina about it.
Okay, what happened?
He says Renfield and Lucy just ran towards each other like lovers, embraced, and then bit each other's necks, drew blood.
They bit each other.
Yes. And then Renfield proclaims Lucy's been chosen to be at the master's side, that they'll move beyond death.
This is like a contagion, but not a disease, a shared madness.
Something like that. It's documented through email, this intimate, violent exchange. It blurs all the lines. It's not rational.
And then Renfield dies.
Yeah, his death is chaotic. Attendants send a text saying he was talking to himself in 2 different voices, throwing himself against walls.
And he leaves a message.
A final cryptic message about the last box.
Yeah.
That becomes absolutely crucial later on.
Wow. Okay, so back in Romania, Jonathan's not doing well either.
No, not at all. His emails to Mina, when they eventually get through, are frantic. He's trapped.
Trapped how?
Physically in the castle, but also digitally. He talks about severe headaches, nausea, can't stand sunlight, finds blood on his pillow with puncture wounds.
Puncture wounds. Okay, definitely not just travel sickness.
And then he finds rooms with piles of bones, including tiny skulls, like from children.
Oh my God.
And the worst part, his emails trying to warn Mina, they keep bouncing back. Postmaster failure messages. He's completely isolated, physically and digitally.
That digital isolation on top of everything else, that's terrifying.
It really is. Meanwhile, Mina's back in New York, desperately searching online medical sites like VMed.
Trying to figure out what's wrong with Lucy, who's also sick now.
Exactly. And eventually, both Jonathan and Lucy get the same diagnosis, this incredibly rare blood disorder, idiopathic autoimmune hemolytic anemia.
Which sounds serious, but
Okay.
does it explain puncture wounds and piles of bones?
Precisely. The digital search for a neat medical answer clashes hard with the sheer weirdness of it all. Is it a disease or something else entirely? Something you can't just Google.
And Lucy, she doesn't make it.
No, she dies very quickly, despite the treatment. It's tragic.
And then Jonathan emails Mina confessing he'd had a fling with Lucy.
Yeah, which throws Mina into a panic about transmission. Could she have it? Could Abe?
And the autopsy report.
Right, the autopsy report on another victim found near Lucy's cemetery. It comes through digitally.
It says,
Exsanguination due to paired puncture wounds. Body completely bloodless. No free blood in vessels.
a biological impossibility, basically, recorded digitally.
Mm-hmm. It just shatters any remaining hope of a simple medical explanation. This pattern of blood loss, it defies science, even with all our modern tools.
You mentioned Mina emailing a blood center.
Yeah, asking them to destroy her donated blood if it might be tainted. It just shows the level of fear and uncertainty. The horror isn't just the monster, it's the failure of our understanding.
But Lucy's death and Renfield's final words, that seems to change things for Mina.
It galvanizes her. Renfield's message was specific. Tell A. Van Helsing. Find the last box. Destroy it. To destroy the Count and Lucy. Kill the master and the undead fledglings die. The living fledglings are released.
So despite her grief, which she pours out in texts to Jonathan, she becomes an investigator.
Absolutely. It's an incredible shift. She gets the autopsy report via email, gets the key to Lucy's crypt.
With Abe's help.
With Abe's help, yeah. They break into Lucy's coffin.
Yes.
It's empty, except Lucy's stuffed kitten, Mr. Bubbles, is gone too.
Okay, that's not just grave robbing, that's something else.
Right. And Mina starts searching online, body snatching, coffin of dirt. She's using the digital world to grapple with the impossible.
So she's adapting using tech to find answers outside of science.
Exactly. Which leads them to find one of the Count's dirt boxes right there in Lucy's crypt.
Inside the crypt, wow.
Yeah. So they decide they have to get rid of the dirt. Mina emails Jonathan about it, says it was daring, illegal, cost extra money.
They paid extra to dispose of cursed dirt.
Apparently. Then they track down the second box at the Count's apartment in Manhattan. Have to get a locksmith.
This shows real commitment, right?
Yeah.
Breaking and entering, paying locksmiths.
Totally. They're operating outside the normal rules now. Mina even searches online for Dracopedia vampire weaknesses.
Dracopedia. Seriously. It shows she's fully embracing this other reality, looking for answers in folklore, accessed digitally. The whole vampire needing native soil idea is clearly driving her actions.
How far would you go, right? When the answers aren't in textbooks, but maybe on some weird corner of the internet.
It's a good question.
Which brings us to the docks, the final confrontation.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They tracked the last dirt box there using shipping papers Abe found.
And Mina. She's not well by this point.
No, she admits in a text actually sent to Lucy after her death, like a journal entry almost, that she's been bitten. She's sick, weak, hiding from Abe.
Wow. So they break into the shipping container.
Cut through a fence, break the lock, and inside they find the last box.
Yeah.
And Mr. Bubbles. The stuffed kitten. Proving Lucy was there, or is there.
Exactly. And then Mina sees her.
Sees Lucy.
Yeah. Describes her as vampiric, Fierce, but still beautiful. It's heartbreaking, that conflict between the friend she knew and the monster she's become.
It's so intense, and this plays out against the backdrop of her unsent emails to Lucy like a digital confessional.
Then things escalate fast. A security guard shows up. Officer Quincy Morris.
Tries to stop them.
Yeah, but his bullets just pass right through the Count, who appears. The Count then kills Morris brutally, throws him into his car windshield.
Jesus. Bullets do nothing.
Nothing. Abe tries to make a ring of fire around Lucy using something from his pocket and a piece of wood, a desperate, almost ancient ritual against this thing.
Showing how useless modern defenses are.
Completely. Amina's struggling. She feels her blood burning, the Count's influence growing, but she finds the strength.
To do what?
To help Abe stake Lucy.
Oh, God. She helped stake her friend.
To end her suffering. It's agonizing. Mina notes Lucy's final expression was one of surprise.
That detail. Wow. What's the cost of winning, right? Especially when you have to destroy someone you loved.
It's immense. But then, maybe the most unsettling part happens.
After Lucy.
After Lucy's gone, the Count just demands Mina step through the flames. And she does. She can't resist him.
She obeys him.
Yeah. And she describes this profound connection. Drinks his blood. Feels this intense warmth and contentment. Waves and waves of pleasure.
It's like a complete surrender, a terrifying communion.
Almost total transformation. She says his blood made it impossible to struggle, but then she defies him, pulls the stake, the same one used on Lucy, from her pocket.
She kept it.
Apparently. And she plunges it into the Count's chest, says her own strength, maybe amplified by his blood, made it easier than she expected.
Whoa, that's agency. A complete reversal.
And the Count, his face shows genuine surprise the first time she'd ever seen it on him. He was blindsided by her human will, maybe.
Incredible. So what happens then?
He vanishes, just like Lucy did. Heartbeat by heartbeat, gone.
And Mina?
She feels human again. Mortal, cold, lonely. But Renfield's words came true. Kill the master and the fledglings are released.
Released? So what does that actually mean? Are they truly free?
That's the big question, isn't it? Are Mina and Jonathan completely clear of it? Or did this leave some kind of permanent mark, some imprint?
The marks on her neck healed quickly, right? And Jonathan recovered. She mentions it in a final text to him.
Yeah, it suggests a profound shift back. But could an experience like that, documented digitally, truly fade completely? How does it change your perception of reality forever?
What a ride. A classic horror story, totally remixed for our hyper-connected world.
From texts about biting mice to Dracupedia searches funding vampire hunts.
Yeah, it really shows the human spirit finding ways to fight back, even when science fails and the enemy is inexplicable.
And it highlights these unexpected heroes, like Mina, using the tools they have. Raises huge questions about what's beyond our scientific grasp.
And about contagion itself. Is it always a virus? Or can it be something else, something passed through connections we don't understand, amplified by digital life?
Exactly.
So for everyone listening, as you're scrolling through your phone tonight, maybe think about how this tech shapes your reality. What old fears might be lurking in your browser history or your DMs? How does this constant connection change how we see and maybe how we'd react to the truly unexplainable?
Especially when the only evidence left might be just digital breadcrumbs.
Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
Thanks for having me.